Tommie from Love and Hip Hop had like a little Who's Next audition casting, right? And I feel like somebody put something inside those drinks or those shots last night because
I learned of it when I was leaving. Actually, I did get the okay to give everyone congratulatory shot at the end from a liquor store that they went and purchased, but it was never okay to take and give out your items.
I know y'all been seeing a lot of, talk about, all that different stuff in the tabloids about me. I came out one side. God, I ain't saying nothing else. I already got your show popping, nobody knew about the show until I came up there and did what I did.
Okay, so as you see, he's sitting there promoting his product and taking accountability for shaking things up and wanting some type of compensation because he says that nobody knew about Tommie's show until he came up there and did what he did. Okay, so boom. It looks like former Love and Hip Hop cast member Tommie Lee is now accused of some serious accusations, and people are alleging that they put something in the drink and they ain't even know it, and it was all due to this casting call audition that Tommie held. Now, I'm going to do a really deep dive into this, and I'm going to go over all of the different allegations. I'm going to go over Tommie's response to it and what everybody is saying around social media right after this intro. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. So, proceed with caution. But, still hit that subscribe button. Anyways. Okay, and straight like that, hopefully you followed all the prompts. You hit the like button, you hit the share button, and you're ready to support and get on into this gig. Now, as I stated, we're going to be talking about Tommie Lee and these allegations against her that they are alleging that some things were slipped into their drinks unbeknownst to them, and it made them feel a little bit of ways. And there was several people who came forward saying that they too had the same story, and Tommie has been taking a lot of heat for it. Now, it basically started, like I said, she had this casting call. And at this casting call, she asked for people to come and participate in this reality show where she's looking for talent. Okay? It's ironic that she's doing American Idol type of thing. So this was a post on her social media, and it was a video paired with this caption. So on this caption and this video, it says, "What's up, LA? So the moment we all been waiting for is here. Tommie-ish show. I'm looking for real, as in raw talent to grace my new network. #era. It's been a long time coming. I put my blood, sweat, and many tears into this. So I will only accept the best, and let's get some money, gang. Casting call on December 15th, 2023. And she tells the time and a place for them to pull up. Okay, so people are like, girl, how can I be down? How can I go? And one young man is one of the people who also decided to go as well. So after the next day, he decided to come to social media to try to see if anybody else felt kind of funny, wonky, weird, or drugged from this situation. And he did it in an IG post.
Okay, so Tommie from Love and Hip Hop had a little Who's Next audition casting, right? And I feel like somebody put something inside those drinks or those shots last night because thank God I was able to get away and call my sister for her to pick me up and stuff. And I'm not blaming Tommie or anything because the whole time Tommie was sitting down, but somebody inside her team I feel like was trying to drug. I don't know. I just know.
Okay. So as you see right there, before I play any more, he's like, listen, I'm not trying to put this on Tommie because Tommie was sitting down and I didn't get it directly from her. but somebody from her team did distribute some type of alcoholic beverage, and I took it, and, you know, I feel a little funny, like something may have happened there.
No, I just know I had one drink last night that was this fucking small from her production team and start fucking losing my mind, and I needed my sister to come pick me up. So if anybody was there last night, because I really didn't know really anybody like that, you feel me? A lot of people didn't know each other, but if you guys come across this video, hit me up, because I'm just trying to see something, because I know other people start feeling weird too, like they're finna faint and pass out, and we just all thought it was because it was hot.
All right, so as you see, that was his claims, and he was just trying to fish to see if anybody else had his same experience. Now, along with that video, he also paired it with a caption that detailed what went on, and he also paired it with responses because he tried to reach out to Tommie to get down to the bottom of it before he went to social media with it, and she had a very, very defensive and seemingly guilty response, and we're gonna get to that in a second, but let me show you what he posted under the caption, and then I'm gonna show you the response to him reaching out to Tommie when he was basically trying to ask her, what's tea? Like, do you know about this? Because again, he was not trying to like put this on her, but it is her event, it was her audition, and he's trying to find out, like, listen, this was your event, so maybe you know more information than I do about what's going on. So I'm going to get to those responses in a second, but let me just read what he wrote. So his IG is Hollywood Hines, and it says, I was a silent victim once, and I won't be silent about this again. When I was 18, I had some people I thought were my friends spike my drink. At the time, I was young and felt so embarrassed I had let that happen to myself. I stayed quiet and always evaluate my situations. Fast forward to Friday night, Tommie Lee had a casting audition for her new show, Who's Next? I went to the audition. When I arrived, I seen it wasn't my style, but there was amazing talent there. I was offered a seat in the theater to enjoy the show with the rest of the audience. 20 minutes after, her production team is coming out, passing everyone shots of Patron. About 30 to 45 minutes after those shots, many people in the theater started to feel hot or like they were going to pass out. I then became one of them. Instead of finishing the show, I left because I started to feel like I was going to pass out. I got in my car and I tried to drive home and immediately start hallucinating. My vision was super blurry and everything had a green tint to it. I kept thinking in my head, oh my God, why do I feel like this? Am I going to die? I finally pulled over safely at a 76 gas station because I knew for a fact if I got on the freeway, I may crash and lose my life because my mind was everywhere and the lines in the road were moving. I finally got a hold of my sister to pick me up because I know something was wrong. I started questioning reality, hyperventilating, etc. I just needed to be somewhere safe so I could think about the night and what I did differently. Then it dawned on me the only thing that I did was have a little shot from her production team. This was a very traumatic experience for me. I almost lost my life running in the street in between cars because I didn't know what was going on. I tried to reach out to her to see if others may have been affected as well. Never did I blame her because her team gave the shots. But for one, that was never my get down. She then tries to victimize me and make me feel embarrassed for accepting the drink from her team. That's like going to a concert and the production team is giving out shots. You're not thinking the drink is spiked. Y'all was wrong as F, and that's all I'm saying. So this is what he wrote. And I mean, I understand. I am a person, I live in California. I have gone to auditions. I have gone to a lot of industry events. And when you go to a bar with you and your friends and a random person brings you a drink that you didn't see get made, you are going to have your antennas up. You're going to be suspicious and you're going to think, you know, okay, no, I'm not going to take a drink from a random stranger. Now, if you are an individual, you're going to what is supposed to be a professional setting. It is a audition, and this person has a team of people help put this on. You're not having your antennas up from like a stranger at a weird stranger at a bar just bringing you a random drink that you didn't see made and you don't know what is going on with it. If you're at a supposed professional setting, which I know it probably was it probably wasn't all that professional, but a proposed professional setting where you see somebody who, like Tommie Lee, who is trying to put on a production. They have a whole team, and this team might be trying to get people to feel comfortable, to go up audition, loosen up. You're not thinking, okay, if I take a shot from a person's team, that I'm gonna be slipped a Mickey. I mean, I seen a lot of victim blaming in the comments, and a lot of people like, why would you take a drink? Why would you take a drink? This is not I'm at a bar and I take a drink. This is a production team that he is alleging gave him this drink, and there's a big difference. I've been to, events for all kind of people. A lot of these people, they will have like people walking around with shots that are working the event, and you have people who are like behind the bar. You're just enjoying the ambiance. You're not thinking that you're gonna be drugged. Okay, so I just felt like it was crazy. But let's get back to him reaching out to her. So he reached out to her, and once he reached out to her, she got very, very defensive, and her response screamed she knew something was afoot, but she just tried to, like he said, put it off on him instead of taking accountability of it being her event. So it says, I think someone tried to me at your auditions last night. After those shots, I started feeling really weird. I don't know. So she responds to him and she says, nobody tried to you. If you took what they offered you, love, sis, you see me taking anything from anyone? We are grown. Know what you're taking. I didn't know anyone there outside of my team, and none of us would never. It was a dry set for a reason. But learn from this in the future. Stop taking any and everything you're offered. It could cost you your life. Glad you're okay. Okay? So that response was kind of like, wait, what? Like, she immediately was on the defense. And it's like, hold on, wait. Like, she's not even trying to find out, like, wait, what? Like, this is my first time hearing about this. Like, are you okay? I didn't give you anything, or just try to reassure. She automatically was on the defense, which means she already knew that there was something amiss with this. And I'm being told that she had posted up a receipt that night, not a receipt, but she had posted up a post the very night that this happened, and I couldn't get her screenshot, but they assured me that she did post it. But allegedly, she had posted that night that she's sorry for whatever happened to the people that was there, but then she quickly deleted it. Now, if you have that receipt, send it in to me, but I'm being told that it was posted prior, and he was feeling like, oh, wait, I do feel funny, like, what's going on, blah, blah. So anyways, so let's just go over what she said one more time. She says, nobody tried to you. If you took what they offered you, like, in one sentence, she's saying nobody you, right? And then the other sentence, she's saying, if you took what they offered you, too bad, so sad, you should have checked. And so it's like, on one hand, you're saying nobody did it, but then on another hand, you're saying, well, know what you're taking next time, oh well, like, type of thing, and very defensive. You see me taking anything from people that I don't know, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, what's the tea? What's really going on here? So then she posted on her IG story, and she said, like, really though, let's be for real. None of my friends have ever said, hey, let's try crack. I don't know who y'all be around. And it's like, girl, what? So then she also put, as an adult, you have to take accountability for things you do that could have been avoided. Stop looking for someone to place blame on and start with yourself. We are human. Ish happens. Own up. And then she posts, I've been through things in my life, so no one can play me into taking anything I don't want or know what it is. It's way too much going on out here to be playing around. I'm gifted things all the time, so I indulge in everything I'm offered. HE double hockey sticks? No. So he posted up, like, he Googled what it looks like if you have, or how to self-diagnose himself, okay? So he's trying to find out, like, okay, let me just Google and self-diagnose myself to see what it is and what it could be. So this basically was a detail of what can possibly be the effects of a spiked drink. So he also showed how the pupils will look if you are on Mary Jane, or if you are on, you know, anything stronger than that. And it shows, you know, and even Mary Jane too in that category as well. And he showed that. And then he showed his pupils and how dilated they were. Like, his pupils were extremely dilated to the point where it's like, okay, something really is going on here. And her response is very suspicious. So I posted it on my page, and after I posted it, then Hollywood Unlocked posted it, and a couple other blogs started to post this story up as well. So in the comments, you know, she started to also defend herself in the comments of the post. So let me show you guys some of the things that she was saying. So she responded and she says, I know this may sound good for y'all headline and all, but my team nor production has nothing to do with this. The guy took that from a contestant just like them. So stop it. So somebody responded to her and said, okay, so if that's the case, then help them locate the person involved. You arguing with them doesn't help, which is true. Like, if you know that it was somebody that was a contestant and not a part of your team, why not help them get to the bottom of who did what, since you know about it? Okay, so in response to Tommie continuing to make comments under the thread, she had also said, like, I already have, this is another moment they trying to have for some reason. They knew who gave it to them the same night. Not sure if they're starting some type of support group or what this is. So a person in the comments replied to her and they said, your production team allowed him to pass around shroom drinks. So yes, you are responsible because it was your event. Stop acting slow. Then another person chimed in and said, this sounds like plausible deniability, Tommie. How were contestants allowed to bring in rugs with unidentified rugs in them to a production? Your staff was putting on. Why was there no security checking bags? Why were people allowed to walk in with anything besides the necessities? We've partied enough to know that most events with a whole production are locked down. So it sounds like you're lying. So that is her basically denying, oh, I don't have. So then more people started to come out. So a young woman reached out to him and basically said that she had the same experience as well. So a woman by the name of Rena Too Pretty, she wrote to him and she said the following. She said, hey, boo, call me. I was there too. You're not crazy or lying. So this person is like, listen, I was there and, you know, let's call me. Let's talk about it because you ain't lying. You telling the truth. So then another person came forward and they wrote him as well. He sent me his notification. This person is a whole totally different woman. Her name is Persian P. And it says, I need to talk to you. Please message me. Babe, can you DM me? I got drugged too. I was at her audition. I was hoping to find people that were there too that got drugged. Okay? So then you had Tommie come forward after there started to be more people who started to come forward and saying that they also experienced this as well. Then she decided to then do an apology video. And then the guy who allegedly gave them this, he also came forward and said that he need payment for getting some spotlight to her show. We're going to get to that in a minute. But first, let's get to Tommie's response. Okay, so the video on the left right here is what she posted paired with this caption right here. So in the caption, she wrote, My deepest apologies to everyone involved. Anyone getting harmed or affected definitely wasn't my intentions or anyone who works with me at all. And it's really heartbreaking. And I realize it's unfair to everyone else involved who didn't have anything to do with this. So overall, I wanted to cancel the whole Cali side of the show, but that wouldn't be fair. So everyone who was selected will still get a call back. And let's stand in our stance. God bless. So that is what she said, paired with this video right here, trying to explain her side of things. So let's watch.
First of all, I just want to say deepest sympathetic apology to whoever was affected at my event. Like, I learned of it when I was leaving. Actually, I did get the okay to give everyone a congratulatory, how did you say it? Congratulatory, like, shot at the end from a liquor store that they went and purchased. But it was never okay to take and give out your items. Like, I was giving edibles, weed, all type of things. Like, you know, they brands. That's what it was about. It wasn't a fighting. It's not a fighting show. It's not a, you know, it's not one of them. It was just like to showcase, you know, your talent and just give you a bigger platform. I sat in the same spot the entire night, same spot. If I wasn't giving out a hug or like getting on stage to coach, like what was going on, to come in there inebriated or drunk, that wasn't what I wanted, because I ultimately know like that's gonna take things somewhere else. So basically, right before we got ready to leave, I was like, oh, it's okay, get him a shot. I did so good. Like, it was nothing but good, positive energy. And then when I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. Like, it was someone that they brought. It was like, oh, they slipped her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what? So me getting down to the bottom of who it was that same night, I posted the guy.
Okay. So right here, she admits that when he reached out to her, at the point when he reached out to her, she already knew about it, because she said she found out about this when she was leaving the event. So if you found out about this when you were leaving the event, why would you be so defensive to someone who got affected by it at your audition? If you truly had nothing to do with it.
When I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. Like, it was someone that they brought. It was like, oh, they slipped her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what?
So before he even reached out to her, she's admitting that a female that she knows, unbeknownst to her, took something that made her feel away. Okay, so she's admitting that somebody that I know called me, hey, do you know what's going on? Like, I feel funny. I'm just assuming that was the conversation. So before he even reached out to her, her people that she knows got affected by this as well. And she got to the bottom of it, according to her, to find out who it was. So when the young man reached out to you, why didn't you give him the information and say, hey, I already been contacted about this. I apologize. This is what I was able to track down about the dude. Because she found out that same night. He didn't hit her up until the next day after. So why was your response to the young man? Because even your own people had no idea that they were slipped something. Let's bring that back and let's listen.
Right before we got ready to leave, I was like, oh, it's okay, get him a shot. I did so good. Like, it was nothing but good, positive energy. And then when I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. Like, it was someone that they brought. It was like, oh, they they slip her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what? So
Yo, it's your boy, the Wolf. You know, I know y'all been seeing a lot of, talk about, all that different stuff in the tabloids about me. I came out one side, God. I only came outside one day and shook y'all up. I ain't saying nothing else. I already got your show popping, nobody knew about the show until I came up there and did what I did and got everybody rocking. Somebody need to pay me for that. Stop playing.
actually, I did get the okay to give everyone a congratulatory, how did he say it? Congratulatory, shot at the end from a liquor store that they went and purchased. But it was never okay to take and give out your items. Like, I was giving edibles, weed, all type of things. They brands. That's what it was about. It wasn't a fighting. It's not a fighting show. It's not it's not one of them. It was just to showcase, your talent and just give you a bigger platform. I sat in the same spot the entire night, same spot. If I wasn't giving out a hug or getting on stage to coach what was going on, to come in there inebriated or drunk, that wasn't what I wanted, because I ultimately know that's gonna take things somewhere else. So basically, right before we got ready to leave, I was like, oh, it's okay, get him a shot. I did so good. It was nothing but good, positive energy. And then when I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. It was someone that they brought. It was oh, they slip her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what? So me getting down to the bottom of who it was that same night, I posted the guy when we found out who it was. But he was also a cast. He wasn't a cast, but he was also a runner-up. Basically, he was trying to promote his brand or whatever. So he got up there and did his thing, and he took it upon himself to offer whatever. Never was that what we wanted or anything like that. He's not a member of my staff. He's not any of that. So basically, that's what really happened. And I really kind of wish everybody would have used their head on this one and just, didn't accept it. Didn't accept it at all. But shit happens.
So you say that he was promoting his products, but even your friend, unbeknownst to them, took this and had to call you to find out what was going on. You say that you told them, let's take this congratulatory shot. So then you say, oh, I wish they wouldn't have accepted. But you, why wouldn't they? If you telling them, hey, let's all take this congratulatory shot, then why wouldn't they take it? That makes no sense to me. You're telling people, hey, let's take a shot, and then you're surprised that people took a shot. The math not mathing. But then later on in her rant, we're going to fast forward it. Later on in her rant, she starts to victim blame the guy who came forward again. And she's backhanded giving this apology, but then also going back to victim blaming him when her team or a person that she was with or friends of a friend with also got slipped a Mickey. So if everybody supposedly knew he was giving out these products, then why did the people that you knew didn't know? So how you expect a contestant to know, but you're not even holding the people that you knew on the same accountability, because they called you confused about it as well. So obviously it wasn't that well known that he was slipping people something. Let's fast forward to where she starts to victim blame the guy.
We're going through these tapes. We watching the tapes. Everything will be released. I hate that happened to y'all once again. I ain't big on kissing ass, or I don't like the aftertaste. So I done said it a bunch of times. I'm not about to just keep on I'm not getting on my knees, and I said, I'm very sorry that happened to y'all from the night it happened. And mind you, this was Friday. today is now Tuesday. We're in a whole nother week. So just addressing this for like 4 days strong is crazy. And for the people who saying that I came off wrong to the guy in the DM, ultimately, like, he came off saying like my staff, your staff, and I know that to not be true. So it's just like your wording and how you say things. Yeah, you gotta know I'm gonna be affected by that. Like, what are you talking about? My staff gave you something. Like, like those are huge accusations. It's not cool. It's not cute. So, yeah, it might have been a little bit of frustration in my response. Rightfully so. It might have been because I know that my staff didn't give you anything. I would not allow that. So, I don't know. Ultimately, I hope everybody's okay. I'm glad. Like, I know sometimes when whoever used drugs, like, it's some shit that you can't come back from. Like, one of my family members is going through that. Like, somebody.
That was her response. And as you see, she basically took a jab at the young man who reached out to her, and he responded back. So after her taking jabs at him and victim blaming him, even though her people also felt like what was going on, I got slipped a Mickey, and obviously there was some confusion there about who was given what, because if your people got a Mickey, that means that they thought it was safe to drink, just like he thought it was safe to drink as well. But instead of, like I said, getting to the bottom of it, she decided to create a conspiracy theory. So she discovered that he used to be a stylist on the Zeus network, and he worked with Jocelyn at some type of capacity. And she posted that to her story as some capacity, as if it was a aha, I was set up moment. But he responded back to that, and he clapped back because, as you guys know, all of these people on Zeus, they all come from another platform, and they go from TV show to TV show. Just like she was on Love and Hip Hop, then she went to Baddies, whatever, Southeast, whatever it is, franchise with Krishan and them. And then they go from franchise to franchise. So just like he worked with Jocelyn, that bag dried up. So now he's trying to come and try to get another bag. She tried to create a conspiracy out of stuff that she does. You go from network to network, TV show to TV show, trying to get money the same way that he did. But this is what was said. So he reposted what she posted, and he wrote over the top. But basically what she posted was a screenshot of him on the Zeus networks, and she posted, LOL, this is really crazy, on the very bottom in the white letters. So in the blue letters is what he wrote in response to it. And he said, you posting me on Jocelyn's Cabaret does what? I went to your production team, gave shots of Patron like everyone is saying, that just so happened to be drugged. I said, I don't blame you in the video. It's not my fault. Your team did you wrong. She then posted, you guys do know we were filming, right? Shaking my head. Followed up with another post that says, I just wanted to genuinely give people a chance without having to compromise who they really are while doing so. Without having to look back at footage they'll regret forever and still be able to raise money and hustle for their families with their pride and dignity intact. I wasn't afforded that opportunity, so this is and was my only intentions. She then posted another post that said, man, F y'all, I was drunk. Okay, so this is from her post right here. And it says, man, I was drunk. F y'all, suck my D. Okay, because there was so many people feeling like, girl, this was your event. You're accountable. Like, you should have known what people were giving out. You should have been responsible. And you said out of your mouth that you gave the green light to everybody getting a shot. So how are you then trying to play victim and create conspiracies about a person taking a shot at your production? All you have to do is say, you know what, my bad. I did say that, I gave the green light and I didn't know that it was slipped a Mickey into it. That's all, like, period. That's all you have to say. But lashing out and saying you apologize, but then victim blaming on another hand, and then trying to draw out a conspiracy instead of taking accountability does not look very good at all.
And let me just say one more thing. For the people who know me, yes, I was Jocelyn's stylist on Jocelyn's Cabaret, but let me let y'all know something. I haven't talked to Jocelyn in like almost 2 to 3 years, okay? It's not like when I styled Jocelyn, like we was kumbaya, we was big friends or anything. It was just a simple job. We didn't even talk about Tommie, to be real. So yeah, when I went to this casting, trust me, that was the least of my thoughts. Anything about Jocelyn or any of that was the least of my thoughts. Now, multiple people went to your casting for one thing, to be on your show, not to be drugged. I don't know what the fuck plans you had after with your little nasty ass, or I don't know how the fuck y'all got down, but it was multiple people there that's in my DMs now telling me that they felt violated as well and felt like they were drugged because they were never told by your production team, people that you fuck with, that those drinks were laced or anything but Patron. Come correct, mamas. And all the people that y'all see online coming to her defense on some real ass shit is people that she already gave tickets to be on her show. So they're already, if you in the production scene, you already know how motherfuckers get down. Star hungry motherfuckers are star hungry. And that's just how they gonna go. So all those other people, but the people that felt like they were violated were motherfuckers violated, okay?
Okay, so that was his response to Tommie trying to victimize herself and make this be some type of conspiracy. So in response of that, Tommie came back with another post and she started to say, poor me, the blogs won't post my apology, poor me. But it's like the only blog that didn't post it was, I believe, the Shade Room and the Neighborhood Talk. And as y'all know or may not know, she posted explicit videos of Kyle of the Neighborhood Talk whacking somebody's wanker off and in all kind of, uncompromising ways. So it's like, I know you didn't think they was gonna post and make you feel like the sorry person or whatever. And sometimes Shade Room has been really, shifty as to what they post. But this is what she said in response.
Of course, no blog is going to post me clearing anything up. No blog is going to post, the facts, because this is what I've been dealing with. My whole career, this is what I've been dealing with. They have this image for me in place and this person that they want you guys to presume me to be. So it's going to be left at that. So I have to kind of like leave things on my page to like clear my face and just really clear the energy, because I don't want people running around thinking that I'm just this weirdo person and weirdo stuff always follows me and all of this, because that's not how I am and that's not how I live my life. I know they won't clear anything up about me because they like me to be in this stance right here, battling with my image and who I am. And it's unfortunate for me, but this is what I've been dealing with on top of real life situations.
All right, so as you see, she's basically saying, like, everybody has this wrong perception of me. All of the things that you guys see about me is not real. She's painting herself to be this sweet, genuine person, even though we just seen her, like, battle with Tamar, battle with Natalie Nunn, battle with all the people that she gets into it with, and how she responds, how she puts him on blast. Even Kyle from the Neighborhood Talk, how she posted him, wanking the wanker and everything like that. But it's like, oh my God, they have such this bad perception of me. I'm such a nice person and they got it wrong. And then she draws up the tears.
It's hurtful, it's heartbreaking, it's all of that. Like, somebody asked me the other day, they was like, oh, why they don't be like, protect Tommie, or why they don't be like, I guess I don't give off like sympathetic energy.
To answer the question of why they don't see you in that light is because they don't see you as a victim. Now, there's some people who aren't a victim that paints themselves a victim and they get that sympathetic energy. And maybe you got to get online and cry some more. It works for Krishan. She gets on, she puts herself in certain situations, and then she cries, and then there's all these excuses. So maybe if you get online and you cry and cry and cry after everything happens that you do, people will start feeling sympathetic, like, oh my God, poor her, you know, she's crying. You know, crying is really the new thing these days, and that kind of helps alleviate a lot of accountability. So, I mean, if you cry a little bit more, you know, and you paint yourself as this woe is me, I guess more people will feel sympathetic.
And I don't give off like vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not how I am. That's not who I am. Like, I'm a strong person. I do be affected by certain things, but at the same time, I'm not about to just be on here on some, oh God, please, like, I'm going through. I never even tell y'all that, because what is it really gonna do?
Child, the woe is me works for the girls. I mean, people are woe is me into the bank. Like, the more you cry, the more sympathy you get. Even if you put yourself in the situation, maybe try it. You know, you're crying now and you're feeling, you know, the heat of the accusations. And if you cry a little more, you'll get more sympathy. Like, people sympathize with criers, even if the person put themselves in that situation. And you are saying, you know, it wasn't my team, which I understand. But, you know, you kind of feel out how everything happened and how people's perception may have been. So it's like, even if you didn't give the shot, or you didn't say, hey, let's, you know, drunk people, you have to understand the perception of you saying, hey, let's do a congratulatory shot, and people taking shots and those shots being laced. And even your people or your friends or your friend of a friend even falling victim to that and sympathizing to that. Like, show some sympathy, and then people will show you sympathy back. But the whole backhanded apologies, and the, you know, one hand you're saying, you know, well, I didn't know about it, and then another hand you're kind of like throwing it back like, oh, well, y'all shouldn't have took the shot. It's kind of like giving off mixed vibes.
What is it really gonna do? So, I've said I'm sorry. I've said, like, I wish that wouldn't have happened to y'all. Y'all know I didn't give y'all anything. It's all been recorded. You know, people were sent there to, like, just watch whatever I had going on, and kind of probably to sabotage what's going on. Now that we're seeing, like, the people that was there, I've been seeing everything.
Okay, and again, there she goes, victim blaming the young man who reached out to her. Like, she can't help it. Like, it's like, girl, you have been on multiple shows. Why is it not the fact that he could have been on multiple shows, given the fact that your own people were laced themselves? You're saying that people came to sabotage you, but it's like, y'all allowed these people to give out these things. Where is the accountability? And then you keep saying you apologize, but then throwing shots at the people that you're allegedly apologizing. It's very underhanded.
So they told me it was people from Zeus. I've been going through things. People been getting my page shut down. I've been paying to be on Instagram, basically, to handle my business with my endorsements since I've left Zeus. Are they gonna say, like, is Zeus getting? No, they're never gonna say that. Like, I've been going through a lot of shit on the under, and that's just how I deal with things. I'm not the sympathetic girl that's coming on here like begging for people to like feel sorry for me, and that's what's affecting my character. Is just me being silent. So I don't want to be silent anymore. I want to speak up for myself. I had nothing to do with this, and just to let y'all in on a little bit, like, what's been going on for me. Like, yeah, I've been targeted, attacked this whole entire time.
Okay, and under the video that you just watched, she had a caption under it, and it says, "It's tough, but it's life, and I know my God will always get the last laugh and handle on all of this. I'm fed up, aggravated, and heartbroken, but I'm not done, and I will proceed with my head held high. Those who have pleasure of knowing me knows I mean well in all I do. But I'll no longer sit back and let this person the internet made me be a thing. Hashtag Tommie-ish." All right, guys, that's all for this video. You hear the accusation from the gentleman. You hear Tommie's response. I want to know what you guys think about it. Make sure you like the video, share the video. This video was created way before the holidays, but I got busy And I was not able to finish editing it until after the holidays. So it's a little late, but it is what it is. Okay. I was not going to waste the footage and the time that I had already put into this video. So boom, we had to get it out. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let's talk about it down below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.